Hello, I'm Harry and welcome to the Loot Drop. Today we're going to talk about Sony acquiring a new game studio, AAA versus indie developers, and I'm going to have a cool art battle with a super secret special guest. Oh, hey Rad. Are you the guest? I thought we were getting Costa. I thought we'd start off the episode with a really cool segment I like to call Riffin' with Rad. Now, the first story for Riffin' is about Sony acquiring Savage Games Studios, which, by their words, is a mobile game developer that develops mobile games. They also mentioned that Savage are developing a AAA games-as-a-service mobile game, which is interesting because Sony has also acquired Bungie and are looking to weave more games-as-a-service into their roster. All right, bit of a hot take here. I reckon games as a service kinda suck, and I'm a bit worried about Sony venturing into that and away from their AAA story-driven single-player games.
Well, look, games as a service is big, big money, and I have to forgive any developer who looks at that and is like, I want a piece of that pie. But I think games as a service can be a really great thing if you've got the right fan base and the right type of game. For example, I'm a huge Dota 2 fan, and I think it's a space where games as a service really, really works. The barrier for entry is so low because the game is free. You get the whole game unlocked to you from the get-go, and nothing that you pay for in that game is going to affect your gameplay. It's just cosmetics. If you're trying to make it a situation where you're like, let's get this bread, I don't think it's going to work.
Well, you get Anthem. Remember Anthem? Or Star Wars Battlefront. So games as a service, they're not all bad. If the player base is strong and the competitive element to it's really good, they're fantastic. But if you're money grubbing EA kind of, I want you to pay money to win, then you get Diablo Immortal, which sucks. Now it's time for Barely News. News, but barely. So remember when we said there were going to be more PlayStation 5s available for the holiday season? Well, I hope you like vinegar with your honey because they're also going to be $50 more expensive.
Barely News! Twitter user MikeStop1 edited together some gameplay footage of Sonic Frontiers and Sonic Unleashed side by side, revealing that the level design looks eerily similar. Now, some would say that Sonic Frontiers has lifted the design from Sonic Unleashed almost directly, and others would say, does it really matter?
Barely News! Konami have announced 23 games and 18 DLCs are coming to Steam. Now, we don't know what they are or when they're coming, but that's pretty neat.
It's Barely News. Filming has commenced on the second season of the Halo TV show. Now, love it or hate it, fans and critics alike had a lot to say about it, so it will be interesting to see if they'll implement the literal video essays worth of feedback that they've received.
It's Barely News.
It's kind of news.
It's barely. So Kojima might have a podcast, but Masahiro Sakurai has a whole YouTube channel. It's called Masahiro Sakurai on Creating Games, and it's amazing. It's essentially a deep dive into Sakurai's game design philosophy and some game industry secrets. And he even gives a sneak peek into some behind-the-scenes Smash Brothers content, like development builds and design documents. Now, Sakurai does admit it's a bit of a niche channel, and he does get into the weeds a bit about game design and technicality, but it's fascinating to see gaming's most illustrious and hard-working video game designer just geek out about video games.
That's Barely News.
It is. Rad, I want to talk about AAA games versus indie games. Now, I feel like there's not many AAA titles that I'm looking forward to at the end of the year. And I get the pandemic has affected the workflow of these massive companies. But then again, you've got these tiny teams like Witchbeam who are like 6 people maybe, and they're so agile and they're able to adjust and fill the hole that AAA game studios have left behind.
I'm going to pull you up on that, Harry, because I don't think AAAs have left a hole. I think that indies and AAAs have long been doing their own thing, and it's just now people are really starting to celebrate indies the way they deserve to be celebrated.
Yeah, but don't you miss those massive titles that would drop and everyone, even mainstream media and people would talk about them?
I think indies have taken up that mantle anyway, because we had Cult of the Lamb that sold what? 1 million copies in its first week. I think that that's the magic of the space that we're currently in, and we don't need AAAs.
But I just feel like anytime a gaming event happens, like, Summer Game Fest, it's just, we're missing a lot of AAA presence.
It's because they get so overhyped, and I don't think you can get away with showing like a screenshot of the title screen and expect people to be excited about that anymore. Like, I feel like those days are over. People are expecting more from their games, they're expecting higher quality, new ideas, and it's not good enough for AAAs to sit on their laurels and say, hey, remember that game we made 16 years ago that you really liked? What about a sort of similar one?
You hear that, Metroid Prime 4? All right?
You hear that, the entirety of Nintendo?
Yeah. What, you're just gonna show us a font? Cool. We want a game, please. Look at Team Cherry. They're doing it with like 3 people. I'm sorry, I'm on Camp Indie now. Indie games rule.
I'm very persuasive.
You are so persuasive. Yeah. Splatoon 3 is coming out this week and I made this. But more importantly, do you remember Splatoon 2, where in the community hub you walked around, you could see those cool art cards in people's profiles? Well, because 3 is coming out and they still have that feature, I thought it's important for us to brush up on our art skills, Rad. So I devised a fun little competition where Jordan gives us an art prompt and then we draw it off and you in the comments decide who's the better drawer between Rad and I, okay? Let's go!
All right.
Mario with my tattoos.
Please don't judge me on what you're about to see.
Well, it's a competition, they have to judge.
I think mine looks a bit more like Bob from Bob's Burgers.
I forgot what my tattoos even. Do you know a reference?
Yeah. Well, I'm not up to that yet, so. Stop it!
Look, I hope yours wins. I think yours is so good. All right, I'm done.
I'm done.
All right.
That's unfortunately quite good.
That is Bob's Burgers. Why is he just so... He's smiling, but his eyes are so indifferent. So you have to vote Harry or Rad in the comments. An Inkling version of Link.
A Linkling.
A Linkling.
I'm gonna get artistic with it.
Oh, yeah. It is good. It is good.
It is good, yeah.
Reference.
Right.
This is the tough
yeah.
one. Is Link an elf? He's got elf ears, doesn't he?
He's got an elfy situation about him, I would say.
Oh my god. Yours.
Stop looking.
I'm sorry. This Linkling's gonna hold a master brush.
Oh, that's cute.
Right?
All right, I'm done for real.
Hang on. Okay. You go first.
I go first?
Yeah.
Okay.
To show that this is Link, you have to say, I love Zelda.
Well, that's a classic Link thing to
Absolutely.
say.
This is mine. Ta-da! Awful. Awful stuff.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
That's a good one.
That's easy.
Ooh, what does a toothbrush look like?
This is going to be something, I could win an award for this. What's that portrait award?
The Archibald.
Yeah.
They actually have to sit for the picture.
Yeah.
You have to have sitting sessions.
I'll be playing Sonic Frontiers. No, I won't.
All right, you want to go first?
Yeah, all right. Yeah.
I think it's pretty good. I like how you made him look like Sonic.
Yeah. Show us yours,
I don't
Rad.
want to show mine
You
anymore.
have to.
I look forward to my new career in illustration.
So let us know which of these 2 Sonics you want to vote for.
Maybe we'll put these up for download so you can print them out yourself.
There we go.
But no turning them into NFTs.
No, you can totally funge these.
That's the loot.
Oh, you do it.
That's the loot drop. Coming out this week.
Temtem on PlayStation, Xbox, and PC. Disney Dreamlight Valley on PlayStation, Xbox, PC, and Switch. Jack Move on PC and Switch. Steel Rising on PlayStation, Xbox and PC, Splatoon 3 on Switch, and NBA 2K23 on PlayStation, Xbox, PC and Switch. Thanks for joining me, Rad. Did you have a good time?
I was contractually obliged to be here.
Oh. Okay, bye.
That's barely news.
I broke then. I'm sorry.